Let's touch base with a special expert. We have with us Peter McGuire, Chief Market Strategist at FX Global Capital, joining us from Sydney. Peter, great having you with us on Profit. Let's talk about a little bit of a pullback that we're witnessing right now in the euro. It's now coming off below the 1.3 to the dollar mark. What do you make of it? Do you think we could be in for some pullback in the euro ahead?
Well, good morning, Ashel. Thanks for inviting me on the show. Look, I think it was overbought, and that getting up to that 131 level, I think that surprised the market. Look, the other side, of course, was that the US dollar, we were all understanding as far as Bernanke's comments and then Draghi. So it's probably, I think you're probably looking at about that 126.5 to 128.5 by end of, say about the 1st to the 10th of October. I'll go out as far as that. That's where I think the market will probably head in the short to medium term, Ashel.
In terms of economic data, we've seen major disappointments, whether it's the US, quite a bit of a disappointment there from the US economy. How do you see that impacting the dollar? Do you think we might not really see any outperformance, whether it's the euro or the dollar, because economic concerns are quite there, quite visible as far as both of these groups are concerned, US on the other hand, as well as the euro?
Well, I think that's exactly right. I mean, the numbers aren't astounding, but overall, I think the US dollar will continue. We're in that election period. I think there's a feel-good. I think that the Bernanke's comments coming out as far as QE3, people will, the corporate profits are going okay. Overall, I think the US will probably do reasonably okay by end of year, and I just think for the short to medium term you're going to see a little bit of a resurgence in the value of that US dollar. Remembering it's only 18 months ago and the euro was at 150, and it nearly went all the way down to 120. So it's just, simple volatility in the market, Ashel.
And how do you see the yen moving? Obviously, the yen hasn't really reacted a little much, quite a bit, the way euro and the dollar did to the stimulus measures announced by their respective central banks. What's the outlook ahead on the yen?
Well, that was interesting when they came out, and as far as the central bank in Japan, I think what you'll probably see is a possible strengthening for the yen. Look, it's a very difficult one to really forecast because you've got such a low, protracted, slow growth environment, but you've had that intervention coming from central banks. So, you may see a little bit of a strengthening for the yen in the short to medium term, but it's a very difficult one to forecast because there are so many conditions over there as far as Japan's concerned, and they've had very, very slow growth. They're continuing now for the best part of 10 or 15 years. So I think it's at the moment, Ashel, it's a damn hard one to really forecast as far as the value of the yen. But I think it probably will strengthen in the short to medium against the US dollar.
All right, Peter. Thank you so much for joining us there. Great to touch base with you